welcome to the Rewards Master Live. I'm Bob, aka the Rewards Master, and it is good to have you all here. I think there were a couple waiting in the message center when we got started. So let's see who we have. We have all right, RC. I think RC is my oldest channel member. It's been a channel member since maybe the very first day that I open up channel memberships. So I thank you for that so much, RC. Good to have you here. It says hi. Hi back. Thank you for always joining in on our live streams. DEM. DEM's always here for our live streams. Great supporter of the channel. Good to have you with us. He gives a wave. I give a wave back. Johnny Jimenez, also a channel member, says hello, everyone. Hello, Johnny. Good to have you here with us. Rimaneko K, I guess that's how you say that. Hello. Good to have you with us. Don't remember that name too many times before, so great to have new people. That's always super, super exciting to have new people. So welcome. Great to have you with us. Sleepy Rod, I don't got enough in me for 8 Turo trips a year. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it a little bit today. In fact, I got to tell you, I don't have a slide on that because I didn't even know it till today when Anthony Venture did his live, and I jumped in on that, and I'm like, oh, wow. And I had to do like some frantic last-minute research on that deal because if it's AA and Citibank, then I'm pretty much all over that. But this one took me by surprise, but I am going to discuss it a little bit, even though there's no slide. That just kind of kills me not to have a slide. Miles of Smiles, channel member, says, good afternoon. Good to have you back, Miles of Smiles. DEM, greetings from the treadmill at my gym. Awesome. Flying out of Costa Rica for a work trip on Tuesday to Costa Rica. Going to throw some activities in between. I've flown to Costa Rica for work before too, and in Guatemala and some of those Central American countries. So I always enjoy those trips. They're good. Cesar Joel, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, I saw your live you did with Luke, or maybe it was a video, I don't remember, but I saw whatever you did with Luke about the upcoming meetup. Man, I'm pumped. I'm excited. This will be my first time to meet everybody in person in the community, so it's going to be very, very exciting. All right, so that means we have, according to this, we got 20 already on board in just 2 minutes, so that's pretty awesome, and good to have everybody here. Today, I've got several things to discuss. We are going to have kind of an unscheduled conversation about that new Citi AA Advantage. And I know some people just call it Advantage, some AA Advantage. I don't care. Call it whatever you want. I'm not uptight about that. But the new Citi American Airlines Globe card that's just coming out. So I think that's interesting. I'm a big time American Airlines guy, so I was curious about it, but I'll tell you what I think as we go. So that's one unscheduled thing. But the rest is basically just we're going to talk about the Citi Strata Elite reversal. And also we're going to discuss the kind of the centerpiece of today's discussion will be about all these high annual fees. I've got a boatload of high annual fee cards that I'm having to reevaluate. It's the end of the year. So, the credits, I've gotten almost all my credits. I have very, very little left except for the few little monthlies. And I track it all. And I'm going to reveal to everybody exactly how much I'm getting back for my annual fees. The only thing it will not compute, it will compute lounge access. But the only thing it will not compute is points value, what I got for the points value, because to me, that is the awesome gravy on the top that is just so good. So we'll dive into that. Let me catch up on the comments, and then let me add this to the stage. These are just kind of our typical weekly topics. Won't get to all those today, but that's kind of our outline. All right. Sleepy Rod says, Cesar Joel, the man, the myth, the legend. Good to have you with us, Sleepy Rod. And yeah, great to have Cesar with us. Cesar says, it's going to be a great meetup. Yeah. Where are you going to post information on the extra stuff we're going to do? You're going to put that in Anthony Ventures Discord or somewhere else, because I want to make sure, unfortunately, Nona has a work trip that she has to take at that time, and we were both super bummed. She's never been to Puerto Rico. I've never been to Puerto Rico, so it's going to be another destination off our bucket list, and to do this awesome experience with the meetup. So she was disappointed. So I'm gonna be there by myself. So I'm gonna try to take in everything that you guys have planned. So make sure you let all of us know where you're gonna post all that info so we can take advantage of it. I'd appreciate it if you would. Okay. DEM says hit the like and subscribe. Yeah. Hit the like. Well, I'm saying subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm at, I think, 1,820 something today. So, then it goes up on average about 5 to 10 a day. But man, I'd like to accelerate that and get to 2,000. It'd just be a cool milestone to get to. So if anybody hasn't yet subscribed, and especially if you hit the like button, I think 13 of you have hit the like button out of the 28 that are watching. That really helps. When you do super chat, super stickers, stuff like that, that also helps because it tells YouTube people are engaged enough to invest in it. And I always appreciate that very, very much. So that helps the algorithm as well. Cesar says Sleepy Rod gives him a point. Says, hey, good to see you. All right, let me see. We got a few more. A lot of comments today. Raminico, new people. I come in on a lot of your videos. Oh, sorry, bud. I get a lot of them, so I'll try to pay attention from now on. Thank you. Sultan, think of aardvark. You pronounce the A only once. Oh, okay, cool. Advantage. We'll try to say it that way. DEM, I'm definitely be trimming the annual fee fat in 2026. Still undecided on elite, but I'm pretty decided on most of the others. Yeah, we're gonna kind of go through some exercise on that today. RC, hope you love Costa Rica. DEM, it's beautiful. Yeah. All right, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be neat. Thank you, RC. Staying in Guanacaste. I think I'm staying in the Hilton. I forget what it's called. Garden Inn, maybe. It's the one that's it's like a 10-minute walk from the Caribe. Is that what it's called? The really nice one. A lot of people are staying in. That wasn't available when I booked. So, all right. DEM, quick flight from Miami. Yeah, I got to go through Miami also. Ernest Munoz says your content is always exceptional. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. And Cesar Joel, yeah, I will post everything on Anthony Ventures Discord. That's what I needed to know. Thank you so much. I'm excited about it. Vincent Pascal, $1.99. Hey, great. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Can't tell my voice is a little scratchy today. I've had some sinus jump this week. So yeah, that made me feel better. That's great. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Just got home from Croatia and Rome. I've been to Rome several times. I love it. It's one of my favorite. As a history guy, I mean, most of you, I've said before, I'm a professor, and one of the subjects I teach is history, including Roman history. So I love it. I love it. I've even led tours there. I love it. Miles of Smiles gifted 5 the Rewards Master memberships. That is awesome. That is like even better than super chats because I mean they're all great. So I'm not disparaging any of it, but that's like giving 5 $2.99 super chats. So that's great. Thank you, Miles of Smiles. And you never know, people might stick around and stay a member long term. Appreciate it so very, very much. All right, Robin Opper, question for you. After learning so much from a lot of your videos, do you set a yearly limit on new credit cards or hard pulls? If so, how many? No, I don't. I am not on the Chase 524, Chase 524. I don't even think about Chase 524. You know why? There are a few Chase cards that I could get that. Okay. But I am not excited to get any Chase cards. I just don't care. I mean, there's nothing like, I've got to guard my seat 524 because I got to get a Chase card. There's not any Chase cards I'm like excited about. So it's like, I'll get it if I get some points. Yay, it's a points accumulation. But I mean, if I want just points accumulations, I could just do business cards with American Express, just up and down, upgrade, downgrade, apply for a new one, cancel old one. I mean, I can get points forever. A points parade with American Express just seems to go on forever. So I don't worry about the hard pulls. It doesn't seem to affect my credit score at all. So, don't worry about it. But I don't need Citi. So that's the thing that's kind of interesting. We have 9 Citi cards between us. So it's just not, we don't need them. So anything like, for instance, We don't have a double cash. So we have a Premier. We don't need that with the Elite and the Prestige. So we'll just downgrade the Premier card to the double cash. I mean, they'll do that. It's no problem. We got several custom caches. We've got the Strata, the base zero annual fee Strata card. We've got the full setup. Now, Citi, though, is hard pull inquiry. So if somebody's trying to build the Citi setup, which takes time. I mean, it ain't like American Express. You just get it. It takes time on the Citi. Then you might want to watch it. Let me say, Rob, that do I set a yearly limit on new credit cards? No. I think I've either had 8 or 9 this year, and I'm at 910,000 points in, sign up bonuses this year. But I have pretty significant spend, so it's really not hard for me to hit the bonuses. But I will say some of those cards with Amex pretty rough for me to, the business cards, because 20,000 on a platinum, I mean business platinum, that's rough. So yes and no. I mean, I do think about it. So I'm slowing down now for a little bit. Excuse me, until I find something I really like. So hope that answers your question. Rominico, LOL, it's okay. All right. Sorry about that, man. Forgiveness. Appreciate it. DEM, RM looks like that you look down at the artwork on the floor of the AA terminal. My client made each of those pieces by hand. Oh, really? All right. On the floor of the AA terminal. Make sure you look down at the artwork on the floor that my client made. So you're talking about in Miami airport? Is that what you're meaning? I'll check it out. Yeah, because I do fly through there. When I go to Central South America or whatever, I fly through there quite a bit. So that's awesome. Yeah, he said in Miami. 521 Taipei, good to have you here today. I'll be using the Black Lane credit in Asia. Awesome. Next month's pricing is very fair and tip is included. Yep. What'd you get it for? Like just over $100? That's what mine was in Abu Dhabi. So I like it. I think it's a good credit, but everybody dogs on it. As you noticed from my video yesterday, I'm still trying to be an apologist for Citi because I just think people are just so on. Either they don't think about it, or they're jumping on the bandwagon, or they're just being unfair. I don't know. I don't know. So, DEM Premier covers supermarkets. Rewards Master helps for extended overseas. Yeah, it does. So I don't worry about it overseas. I don't spend enough. I did the analysis. I don't spend enough. We do go overseas at least twice, sometimes 3 or 4 times a year. But I just don't figure we spend enough at supermarkets overseas. I mean, we might pick up some here and there. We eat out when we're overseas. So for us, it's a wash. Miles of Smiles, don't have any Chase cards, and I'm 024 with no plans to get one. I'm fine with Amex, Capital One, and Citi. It's easier for my P2. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Chase had bad cards. I like my Amazon card. I have over 100,000 Chase points just sitting there waiting to be used for Hyatt or whatever. But we have a bunch of Chase cards all together. I like their hotel cards. They got good hotel cards, like the Hyatt card. We have that IHG card, all that. So I'm not dogging on Chase. I'm just saying that I'm not going to play their game. This 524, they have found a way to put their ecosystem at the top of everybody's brains through 524, and I'm just not going to play the game. I'm just not going to do it. So let me before I'll come back to comments in just a minute, but I just want to get started real quick with this Citi Elite reversal. Yeah, if you haven't paid attention, Citi, who is well known as the worst customer service, as everybody says. I've never had that experience, but everybody says that. And if you noticed in my video yesterday, my thing about customer service is how many times do these people call customer service? It seems like everybody's like, this is like the biggest deal in the world, customer service. And I maybe call customer service a total. And I mean, for having fraud possibilities, I suppose that can happen. And I've had it happen before, but I put a lot of money on my cards and I use them a lot, every single purchase. Of course, I don't use a debit card and stuff. And so I don't get a lot of fraud alerts. I don't get a lot of issues. I mean, I guess because I know the rules and I use them as stated. And I don't ever worry about travel insurance. I haven't needed it in 20 years of heavy traveling. I mean, because I got status and stuff. If I get stranded, the airline's taking care of me. They always have. And so I just don't worry about that stuff. So I maybe call customer service twice a year. So I'm not going to not have a card or an ecosystem because it might be just a little bit worse experience twice a year. I mean, that's strange. But they really made a move here because you remember there was that deal where if people and Matt Clausen did a good job of saying, well, people who he kind of defended Citi. He said the people who this happened to where they froze their accounts in the middle of their sign up bonus time. He said the reason that happened is because people were using referrals to get that 100,000 offer from a bank, and it wasn't for them. So they were using somebody else's referral link. And then Citi, their system flagged it and like, we got to make sure these people are who they say they are and all that. So they got this bad press in the Wall Street Journal article, which wasn't entirely fair, according to Matt. And nobody knows this, all the ins and outs of the game like Matt. And it, when it comes down to it, Citi just decided because of the bad press, they're giving all those people back $595, their full annual fee, and they're giving them their sign-up bonus without having to meet the spend. That is like the hugest customer service move in the history of credit cards that I've ever heard of. And it was by Citi. Now, Matt actually mentioned me in his video. Actually, he mentioned my wife, my P2, Nona, because he said, well, it's not fair to people like the Rewards Master's wife who got it. And we did. We got the 80,000 point bonus because it's fine. I mean, we don't have a Citibank close by. I wasn't going to drive 3 or 4 hours to go to one to get an extra 20,000 points. So, that happened. That we got 80,000 points. But I guess I'm not upset. And so I appreciated Matt being concerned about us and saying that we were mistreated in that. But the thing is, I'm not upset about it because we like the card. We like it. I mean, and we don't feel cheated because we think it's worth what we pay. So we're fine. And if Citi's improving their image with people, then hey, power to them. So I thought it was an interesting thing. And that's the first thing I wanted to discuss. All right. Let me go to so many comments today. Let's see how many people are on board. 35 in here and 20 likes. So if you would hit the like and subscribe button, any super chats, super stickers, stuff like that help the algorithm also. So let's see who we have. So Romeneco says, I have a question for you. You love AA? Yes, I do. And I don't think I've ever flew with AA, but I saw many people complain about them. Seats are bad, service, food is bad. They rank AA behind Delta and United. I was a United status flyer for about 10 years, so I know United. I've been a Delta status flyer for the last 3 years, so I know Delta. And let me be very clear. Delta have a better hard product and a better soft product. Okay? So flight attendants, better. Seats, better. Screen at every seat. I'm not arguing that. But here's the thing. If I could drive a luxury car, I would argue that a luxury car, I mean, you have your preferences. This is just to make a point. I'm not arguing for one or the other. But let's say that I can drive a Mercedes-Benz or I can drive a Lexus, and the Lexus is a third of the price. Well, it doesn't matter how much money I have. I'm always wanting a deal. I mean, even if I can afford the Mercedes, I'm going to drive the Lexus. And my reason I love AA is not because it's a better product or better service. I just don't think that it is. Now, I think it's comparable or better most of the time than United. That's my opinion on that. But Delta's better across the board. Their clubs are better. Their credit cards in some ways are better. Their service is better and their seats are better. But where they're not better is value. Because I'm telling you, and I hear some people I know that RK on the thing she does with Matt Clausen and the others, that she talks about, well, I buy the seat you want, buy the seat you want. See, I like status because I can't buy the seat that I want. When I'm traveling to consult or I'm traveling for work or whatever, I can't buy a first class seat. Now, I suppose I could pay up to it, but why? If I can get upgraded to a better seat or still get a good seat because of status. And I fly AA and I never, ever fly typical economy AA because my status, I get to get their main cabin extra seats, which I think are great. They're fine. I get lots of leg room and I get my own dedicated place to put my bags and I get treated well and a little better food and pretty good service and stuff like that. So I don't think Delta's better. I don't think United's any better, but AA is just way more valuable. I mean, I think Delta points are worth no more than 1.5 cents each. And I get 8 and 9 cents a piece from my American miles. So every time you fly, you're racking up miles if you do paid flights. And I do paid flights because of work. And sometimes I just pay. If it's cheap, I pay for it myself. I'm not going to burn miles on that. So because of my travel style, I want the value. So I hope that kind of answers your question. Well, what's your opinion about that? Okay. DG Green was denied for Advantage Globe Card today. I just can't get Citi approval. Jealous of everyone that can, huh? Well, I'm sorry, D Green. Good to have you here, by the way. But yeah, I mean they are kind of quirky, but hey, they're not 100, even close to as quirky as Capital One. So I mean, keep trying. That's all I can say. Reminico says, "Did you ever rent a car on your trips? I never used any Uber, Lyft, etc. I always rent a car for all my trips right at the airport." Yeah, I do, and I actually use the executive card to get the 120. I'm going to talk about that a little later. 120 credit back um, Avis. So I've been a status with Hertz. I've been status with Avis, and I've been I kind of prefer, honestly, if it's going to cost less overall to Uber, I do that. I just prefer it. I don't like to drive and mess with taking pictures of my car before I leave the airport and, any dings and all that stuff. And I don't like it. I'll do it often, but I just don't like it. So in all of that I do rent cars sometimes. I primarily use Avis and Hertz, but I've stopped using Hertz because, I mean, there are people who have returned their car and still the police knocked on their door and arrested them because Hertz said they didn't return their car. I can't deal with that possibility. So I usually use Avis, but I try to use National if I can. They're just the best company I've experienced. So, all right, Kevin P, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I was going to be under 524 this year, but thanks to Citi, Amex, and now recent approval from PenFed Pathfinder, I'll be waiting till summer 2024-7 for Chase. All right. Well, what do you want to get from Chase? Because, I mean, like I said, for me, it's like if I end up being under 524, I'll get me another ink card or whatever. But I'm not hunting for it. But there could be a card like Hyatt or something you might be really, really interested in. DM, you're not missing much. Good choice. Yep. Ander Nature, channel member. Good to have you here. I've been a Citi customer since 2016. I had to call customer service only 3 times, and I didn't experience bad customer service yet. Nope, I never have. I've been since probably 2018 to 19, somewhere in there. Never had a bad customer service call. In fact, and this is true with the Elite too, on the Prestige and the Elite, you get a dedicated line. You get a different customer service crew. You can understand them. They're very, very helpful. They're great. I mean, it's amazing to me that so many people have such a bad view of this. I think people get on bandwagon. Somebody says something and a lot of people push it out there, I guess. I don't know. Sleepy Rod says, seems unfair to the Elite Card applicants who applied with the legit 80,000 link. I would call Citi and ask for the extra 20K, as it's unfair to applicants who follow the rules. Wouldn't hurt to try. Yeah, I might do that. If I do, I'll report back on it. That's a pretty good idea, Sleepy Rod. Although, like I said, I don't really feel cheated by it because, I mean, I knew what I was getting and I got what I thought I was getting. So, that to me is okay. RC, sorry for being dense. What exactly is the Elite fee reversal? Trying to figure out if it'll affect me. No, it won't. If it happened to you, it happened to you. It's already happened. So what it was is people who use that extra link to get 100,000 points instead of 80. Some of those people use somebody else's link and it flagged a fraud situation and they shut down their cards. And so there was a Wall Street Journal article written about that, really negative about it. And that they just did it for those people, which I'm assuming is a pretty small group of the total. So it may, if that's you, then it would affect you, but if not, it won't. Alex Vo, I'm an international student and I'm glad that I applied for the CSE and branch. Excuse me. Otherwise, wouldn't be able to provide any IRS tax forms whatsoever. Yeah. Well, that's good because tax forms are, who are they? How many? I mean, my tax forms are gigantic. I mean, why would they even want to go through all that? But I guess that's what they have to do. So, Ron Opper, You said you opened 8 or 9 cards this year. Is that you personally, or is that with your player two? With player two. When I say me, I mean us most of the time. Your business, player two business combined, yes. Mostly my business. She doesn't do business cards. So, do you keep an eye on your number of hard inquiries? Sort of. I think about it, but because I'm not really applying for stuff, American Express does not seem to care, so they don't even pull your credit. Once you're in their system. So I just always know I could probably default back to an American Express card, so I don't worry about it that much, to be honest. DM Rewards Master, I'm pretty sure Black Lane only uses Mercedes, so bad comparison. Okay. Yeah, okay. But you get the point. Yeah. AA is great, Filmo's world, but not so much in upstate New York. Yeah, I mean, they don't have good coverage everywhere, so it doesn't work for everybody. But they are the largest airline in the world by passengers flown, so it does work for a lot of people. Vincent Pascal, main cabin extra or economy with new legroom, bulkhead seats on other airlines, premium economy are the sweet spots. If you don't want to pay too much for flights and you have no status. Yeah, main cabin extra, premium economy, I think is, are we talking about on United? I think that's what they call it. Sweet spots. Yeah, they're good. They're good. That's why I said I get the main cabin extra. So it's like, and Delta calls it Comfort Plus, but Delta's system's a little sneaky because they kind of make it a whole new type of cabin, and it tends to be more expensive, and you don't automatically get to go upgraded to there unless I think as a platinum with Delta, I think it's like the next day they would upgrade me to it sometimes, but not guaranteed like with American. Sleepy Rod, Miles of Smiles. Oh, did I say James V? New member. Thank you so much. Great to have you as a part of the community. Sleepy Rod, Miles of Smiles, thank you for the gifted membership. Just noticed. Thank you. RC, channel member, everyone be sure to hit that like and subscribe. $1.99. Thank you so much, RC. Always so supportive. That you're the first. You were my first channel member. I appreciate your support. Cindo, good to have you here. Been with Citi since 2018. Their customer service is awful, but the dedicated line on the Strata Elite has been the best. Okay, maybe that's the breakdown. If you've got a top-end card, Citi's not bad at all. If you've got a low-end card, see, I've never had a low-end card. I kind of have had the Citi Prestige for a long time. So maybe that's the difference in experience. I can accept that. Jake T, value and schedule trumps airline. Only airline I won't fly is Frontier. Truly terrible. Okay, Spirit? Are you including Spirit? Because, man, I've had some bad experiences there. Not many, but a little bit. Kevin Nigwin says the airport with American Airlines flights and Admirals Club is SFO where I live. Okay, cool. All right, let me get into this next part. So, centerpiece, effective annual fee analysis. I don't know how everybody does this, but I'm a spreadsheet warrior. I'm a heavy budget person. I have been all my life. My kids think I'm crazy, and I was sitting on an airplane one time next to a financial planner, and we got talking about finances and all this stuff. And of course, he was very knowledgeable. Hopefully, he thought I was as well. And we talked about investments and all that jazz. And then he said, "Well, how do you do all this credit card stuff? And I showed him. And my system is very detailed. I use a digital envelope system. I did Dave Ramsey stuff for years with physical envelopes with cash in them. And then when I switched to credit cards, I make a digital envelope system and an app on my phone. And when I get paid, I deposit or get extra, or sometimes it's by dollar amount or percentages, whatever. I deposit it into each of those budget items. So it's like an envelope. I know how much is in there. When I go through and eat at a restaurant, I deduct it from dining. So I have an exact amount that I'm spending. I know that's crazy. I know not everybody's going to do that, but I am extremely precise with that. So all these credits are fun to me because I've always done that kind of stuff anyway. I mean, they're fun to me. So I like it. And I think that the people who look at this have to be honest with themselves. Are we the kind of person that's going to get back great value from your from your cards, because you can get back way more than the annual fee. Now, I know some folks in the community don't like the idea of effective annual fee, and I get it. If you're not somebody who's tracking stuff, it's hard to know. Am I really, you need to probably just think about this card cost me this much. And if I get something back, great, that's gravy. But for me, I know exactly what it costs and I know exactly how much they're paying me back because, okay, on my annual fees on my budget, I pay the annual fee out of my budget and it comes out. And then I credit back when I get those credits on the cards. Okay. And I figure, that the other things like are extras in like, if you get a companion certificate or whatever, that's extra in my travel budget or whatever it may be. So I keep track very, very precisely and I know exactly what's going in and what's going out because honestly, how do you really know what your net worth is, what your value is, how your budget's going if you don't keep track of it? So that's why I'm always pushing to be able to track your spending. So what I did is I thought, well, just to kind of illustrate this, we could go through some of my cards, my high-end cards. So I didn't include any of the cards that are $99, $95 or even $150. Only $200 plus annual fee cards in this because the list would have been very long if I would have gone with all of like hotel cards that are $95. Because those hotel cards are automatic, you're getting your value because you're getting a free night cert with IHG, a free night cert with Marriott Boundless, free night cert with Hyatt card, and that is worth well more than the $95. So everybody knows that. So I'm not including those. I don't include like Sapphire Preferred. You get $50 hotel credit back, and I usually use that. So I'm not figuring those because I don't think they illustrate it quite as well. But I'm going to show you and walk through some of this. Let me try to get a few more comments here before I do. Let's see, where do we end up? I think Sendo. The Admiral's Lounge always have this quiet business vibe that I like. Yeah, I mean, I like them. I mean, have I been in some junky ones? Yes. But I'm telling you, on our big trip we did to Abu Dhabi and Germany and all that recently, I did some videos on that, some flight reviews. I mean, yeah, it is. We were in some business class lounges that were worse than any American lounge that I've been in. So, I mean, yeah, they're not the best all the time, but they're not maybe as bad as people act like they are. It's funny because a lot of the people who act like they are, I think are people that fly like 3 times a year. I mean, I fly 20 times a year. I mean, sometimes more. So it's like the lounges. I mean, I need a place that's convenient and quick. Sleepy Rod said, Rewards Master, do you try to get your family to churn cards? Seems like the frequent miler guys do it. Well, my player 2, I just kind of inform her what's going on. She, of course, gives me, we do that together. But yeah, just not, I don't try to get my kids have their own cards. They're grown. They have their own cards. So yeah, they do their own thing. I do advise them sometimes, try to help them, but they don't want to do it at the level I do. They don't want to think about that much. And Nona, she doesn't want to think about it that much too. So we just kind of, I say, hey, I'm thinking about getting this in your name. And she's like, okay, let's do that. So we do whatever. So everyone praises Amex customer service. And while I agree that it's superior, their chat reps are worse than ChatGPT. Yeah, they're not very knowledgeable. That's for sure. Sendo, I work my credit card similarly, but I use Notion. Okay, not familiar with that. I'm going to check it out. Kevin says Citi Strata Elite Advantage exclusive and new advantages. I think he means Globe. I can use because there's an Admirals Club pass in SFO. Yeah, I was going to talk about the Globe. Thank you for reminding me before we get into this. That new Globe card, I'm not a fan. I checked it out today. Like I said, I learned about it last minute, and I looked at it some this afternoon. I'm not a fan. 350. It's trying to be a copycat of the Delta Platinum card, 350. But the Delta Platinum card is a really good card at 350, I think, because it gives like an easy to use Delta stays. It gives a Resi credit. You can get back quite a bit of value from it in that way. And then on top of that, it gives a free companion certificate. You just pay taxes and fees. This new AA does give a companion certificate, but you got to pay $99. Okay, that's not quite as good, but not a deal breaker. But then it gives just some goofy credits. Like, I mean, and I've been a big supporter of some of like the Elite card. I think it's great. I love those credits. But those ones on there, I mean, they give a splurge credit that doesn't include American Airlines like the others do. Why didn't they just give $100 American credit? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it's just like, and then I couldn't even tell if it did Best Buy or not. And then, oh my goodness, that Turo credit. I'm not going to rent somebody's car that they vacuumed out. I mean, I know some people have used it. My kids used it before they turned 25 because they couldn't rent a car any other way. And they said it was fine, but they got like a 10-year-old car. I mean, it was like, I'm not going to do that. So that's just not me. And you only get $30 back up to 8 times a year. That, I'm sorry, but Citi, American, you guys missed on that Globe card, in my opinion. Maybe somebody sees a better use for it. But I really think, and this is my theory, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. I think they created that card because they didn't know what they were going to do with all these Aviator Silver people that are coming over. Because they didn't have any middle card to move people to with the Aviator Silver. Player 2 in our house has Aviator Silver. They'll probably try to move her to that one, I'm thinking. And I don't think we're going to want it. So, I mean, to me, the elite card's better than that. I mean, it also gives the 4 lounge passes. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. You guys can tell me what you think. So let me go into some of these and show you what I'm doing here. So I started from the one I'm losing the most on. What I mean is that I'm going through the different credits, and these are what I have actually gotten back or gotten value from in 2025. And then I give my net either cost, and I put it in parentheses there, or my benefit. So on this one, so like on my American Express business card, I got $60 in the Grubhub office credit, and I feel like a failure in this. I have not been good about getting those office credits, and I didn't even think about I could use Grubhub. So I'll probably get the rest of them this year because I'll use the Grubhub. I eat out often, so it's not hard for me to use Grubhub and do a pickup order. But as of now, I've only used it 3 times, so I've only gotten $60 in value from that. And then the Walmart Plus, I love. Now I figured I'd put down there what the annual cost is, not the monthly, because if I didn't have this card, I would still have Walmart Plus. But because I love Walmart Plus, we live kind of in the sticks, and Walmart delivers to our house. I mean, that's just unbelievable. So we use it for grocery shopping and stuff, and they deliver. Like, I mean, they got to drive like 20 miles to get to my house, but they deliver. I mean, nobody else is doing that. I promise you that. So, yeah, Walmart Plus is valuable. So my net cost or benefit after you subtract those from the 375, still losing out on $217. So a net effective fee of $217. So that one's not going so well. The Citi Strata Elite. Now, this one, I am positive about this one, but when I ran the numbers, this is what we got. So we paid a $595 annual fee. We got the full $300 hotel credit, and it is a good credit. I don't care what anybody says, because yes, it requires 2 nights, but you can stay at any level of hotel, just like you could do with the Capital One credit, any level of hotel. So we stayed at, it was like $340 or something. So it only cost me $40. I got $300 off. So it was fine. Splurge credit, $200. Got that with AA, no problem. Black Lane. Now I used it once and it was $100 credit, but I'm not figuring it at $100 because I probably would have just got an Uber and that would be about $40. So I figured it just at 40. So the net cost after benefits, I'm still only down $55 out of my pocket, on this card after the annual fee. So you guys understand where I'm going. Those are the only 2 losers I've had, where that I'm actually paying out more than I got back. So we'll get to the rest in a second, but I don't want to get too far behind on comments. Salis Rex, I applied for the executive 2 weeks ago and got denied. And Citi then goes and launches the Globe card. Wondering if it's easier to get approved for the Globe versus executive. Well, I would say, Salis, that you might try, because I think when card issuers, this is just my guess, okay? So it's not data driven, but it seems like when cards initially launch, they ease up a little bit on to try to get more customers. So you might be able to. You might see what happens. He says, I got denied because I don't carry a balance and have high available credit. Yeah. I don't know why they do. I mean, I'm curious. Are you already in the Citi ecosystem? It seems just for us, it's not too hard to get Citi cards, but we're heavy in the Citi ecosystem, so maybe that has something to do with it. The Turo credit is trash. Yeah, it may be up there with some of the worst credits. I mean, somebody on Anthony Ventures said it's the equal of that. Was it DoorDash credit that's like $10, $5 with I think it's with the Sapphire Reserve. But I'm saying it might even be worse. It might rival the worst credit of all time, which is on that AA executive card, which is $120 on Lyft rides, but you got to take 3 Lyft rides a month before on the 4th Lyft ride you get back $10. I mean, that's awful. So yeah, they're competing with that. So strangely, maybe the top 2 worst credits of any credit card are both on American cards, which is just not helping you, American, not helping you. Salas says Citi created the globe exclusively for aviator silver. Yep, that was my opinion. We're thinking alike. Kevin says Amex have easy to use credits versus other banks' credits. Yes, I think they have easy to use credits, but depends. I mean, Sapphire Reserve, just general travel credits, maybe the easiest credit of all to use. And then Venture X has a pretty easy travel credit through their portal. And I would argue the Citi Strata Elite has some pretty easy credits. I mean, that hotel credit's easy. That splurge credit is easy, especially if you fly on American or go to Best Buy. I mean, they're pretty easy. So, yeah, I agree, though. In general, Amex has more easy-to-use credits on most of their cards. Cesar says, hit that like and support. All right, thank you. Let's see how many we got. We got 45 in here right now and 30 likes. That's great. So anytime you hit the like button, if you help to subscribe, like I said, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm like 1,820 or something like that. And so I'm trying to get there, and the liking, subscribing brings more people in. So does super chats, super stickers, anything like that you do to support helps the algorithm, and I appreciate it immensely. QC Man says miles of smiles, thumbs up. QC Man says hello to Cesar. Cesar says QC. Okay, D. I usually just buy a $20 Target gift card at Staples for that credit on the business gold. Yeah, that works. I just don't we don't have a Staples around here, but we do have an Office Depot, and I just don't think to go by. D Green, good to have you, D Green. Judging a card by whether or not you can get to 0 with the credits is majoring in the minors. Cards provide value beyond just credits and coupons. Yeah, I agree. However, I'm still a numbers guy, and I'm looking at this because I get credit. We're getting a lot of value from the points, and I'm not figuring those in. Those are just gravy on top. So I got the sign-up bonus on that card, the gold card, business card, and also on this one. So I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I try to count it all. So I agree with your point. QC Man says, if there's no family language against you getting the sub, any chance of you, your wife, churning that new mid-tier AA card? I don't know, maybe. They're probably going to product change her over to it. So I got to figure out if we can cancel the silver card before then. So Sleepy Rod, unless there's Turo gift cards, it's going to be hard to use that credit. Yeah, it is a dog credit. It is not good. Joe NY Law, I find the splurge credit on Ticketmaster to be great. Between that and City Nights, I'm finding the Strata Elite to be the easiest. I don't know why nobody's talking about it, but everybody says the gold card, that's the dining card. That's the dining card. Why is the Strata Elite the dining card? It's better. It's better than the gold card. I mean, it's 6X 2 nights a week and then 3X every other time. I just don't understand. Yeah, it's good. Do you prioritize earning Citi points even if other banks give better multipliers for certain things? For instance, using Citi Double Cash for Amazon purchases rather than Ink Cash. No, I use my Amazon card. There are very few exceptions, but there are a few exceptions where I get better multipliers with anything except Citi. And the only ones I could think of off the top of my head, and there may be more, the only things I could think of is Amazon, and I use my Amazon card for that, 5% back. And the other one that is my cell phone bill, and I use my Ink card for that. But I can't think of anything else that anybody gets better than Citi. What does anybody have better than Citi? Tell me, Rob, because I want to know. Because I mean, I might have the card and just be overlooking it, but I can't think of anything. Dining, Citi. Uh, Hotels, Citi. Because I have custom caches, so it's like, yeah. I mean, I can just devote those custom caches where I need to. Um, uh, Airfare directly with airlines. I have the Prestige, 5X, Citi. Cruises, Prestige card, Citi. Gas, Citi. Just across the board, it's Citi, 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 Citi. And the only thing that could be argued is catch-all. But here's the thing. The Elite is 1.5x on everything. And I'm not sure that 1.5x, I got to run the math exactly, but I'm reasonably certain the 1.5x with Citi is just as good as 2x on my Blue Business Plus or 2x on my Venture, because Citi points are very, very valuable because of AA. Unless they do a deval, they're very, very, very valuable. So, and I can, and we will very soon, product change over to a double cash, and then it'll again be Citi. I mean, so yeah, I mean, where am I missing out on multipliers? That's what I'm really not seeing, but except for Amazon and cell phone bill. So only those. DEM, I buy it online at Staples and get digital card to load to my Target account. Hey, that works. That's a good idea. Probably still use Grubhub because I use that a lot, but yeah, that would work. Sleepy Rod update. There are Turo gift cards, so if anyone wants to take one for the team, we can see if it triggers the credit. $30. Take the $30 for the team. Yeah, I don't have the card. Not really looking for it right now, but if I did, I'd take a $30 gamble for y'all. But I'm not really capable of doing that. Miles Smiles, I really appreciate your approach to the credit card game. Can't say that enough. Just like I like Doug's way too. Yeah. Thank you. That means a lot. I've really gotten a lot of positive feedback on some of the stuff that I know I'm a little different than others, but I mean, this is just, it's real to me. It's just my life before I ever did YouTube. So, and I know a lot of people are trying to make a living at YouTube. That's never going to be me. I wouldn't quit my job if YouTube paid me 5 times what my job pays, because I love my job. So it's like, I just wouldn't do that. So I just love my life all the way around. I love my several jobs that I do. So it's like, this is just my hobby. That's kind of cool. And, get to run some ads on it. I mean, that's what it is to me. So I'm just going to tell y'all what I really think. And that's just my desire in it all. Rob says that was the only one I could think of. Yeah. Thanks. QC man, not going to apply for, to business cash fresh, to be cash fresh. I'm not quite following you, but probably having a brain freeze. Expand a little bit so I'll know. What card do you use for wholesale clubs? Just general spending card. So I think, I'm not sure. We don't go to one that often because, like I said, we live out in the sticks. So I don't know. I'd have to ask her. Player 2 handles the grocery shopping most of the time. So Filmo says, I would quit my job for 11 cents. Yeah. Well, not me. I love if I don't work because, what do they say? If you're doing what you love, you don't ever go to work a day in your life. So I'm very, very blessed. So I appreciate that. All right. D Green. I don't want my Aviator Silver to turn into the Globe card because I'll be locked out of the bonus on that card. I'd cancel before that happens, even if that's Citi's plan. You know what I'm just grieving about? I love the Aviator Silver. It's like free food. Even though if I can't eat it or not hungry, I stick it in my bag because it is so cool. It's just cool on every single flight. I'd like $25 worth of gift boxes or cheese trays or whatever. Put it on this card. And then it never works. I mean, never works. They're like trying to scan it. Oh, I don't know why, sir. I said, well, and I know it's an active card. There's nothing wrong with the card. It's their scanners. And they have told me on the plane, they said, yeah, these Barclays cards, they give us trouble. But the cards that we, that work okay are the Citi. I said, well, this is an active American card. And they're like, I'm so sorry, sir. Just keep the food. And then I do it again on the next flight. I mean, it works every time. It's just awesome. And so I'm going to miss that if we have to get rid of it one way or the other. QC man, double cash. I thought you were a baseball guy. Double cash. Thought you were a baseball guy. No, Not really. I'm more of a football guy. All right. So thank you for telling me that. I didn't even, it was brain freeze. I should have known what that was. All right. Let me go into some more of these so you know. Okay. Advantage, Aviator Advantage card. This one's $5.95 a year. My Grubhub credit, I got back $80 so far on the Grubhub credit. That's so I used it 8 months out of the 10 so far. So I missed it a couple months, and I don't like to miss. I don't do it much, but I do on occasion. So I missed it on a couple, but I did get the Avis credit back of 120. Admirals Clubs, and I'm figuring these typical lounges at $20 a piece, and I think that's a conservative, fair way to figure value from lounges. I went into 31 this year. So far, we've had between us 31 Admirals Club visits. Now, sometimes it's me by myself, sometimes, but it hasn't really been her by herself yet because she hasn't used any of her elite card 4 passes. But it's either me by myself or both of us together. So we went into Admirals Club 31 times this year at $20 a piece. That's $620. So I'm figuring I have a net positive on the AA Advantage card, or the Advantage card, as I was told, the Advantage card of $25, of $225. So because of the lounge visits, I mean, I wouldn't have this card if I didn't go to lounges a lot, if I didn't fly a lot. That's why sometimes I've seen people have this card who like travel like 3 times a year. I mean, I wouldn't get it if I did that. So I think it's great for frequent travelers. Capital One. Oh man, I'm struggling with Capital One because I'm really irritated at them about the lounge. Because we like this card for 2 reasons. Number one, it's not our catch-all card anymore. It was for a long time, but I don't love Capital One's transfer partner situation. It's not terrible, but I don't love it. But I mean, I'm struggle because it did have incredible lounge access for her and me. It's her card. I was an authorized user. But the other thing is, I don't know what changes they'll make in the future. Maybe it'll be great. And if I get rid of this card, I am 99.999% certain I can never get it again because I'm too far advanced in this game. And they don't want people like me who track everything and who get massive. You're going to see massive value back. They don't like people like me. So once it's gone, it's gone. So probably not going to cancel it, especially because of this. So, you know, when it came to it's her card, so it's her main priority pass. She has other priority passes now, but I kind of tried to figure it on the card we use for priority pass. We got the travel credit, $300 easy. Points back. I figure that 10,000 points is worth at least 2 cents per point the way we use them. So $200. The priority pass lounges, 9 visits at $20 a piece, $180. So a net positive of $285 on the Ventrex. So probably going to keep it. It's net positive, so probably going to keep it, even though I'm going to be irritated every time I walk by the Venture, the Capital One Lounge in DFW, and I can't go in. I'll just go to the American Lounges right there, or the Centurion Lounge, which is right across. So, but still very irritating. Let me go back to comments real quick, and let's see. We've got how many folks? 56 watching. That's awesome. And 32 likes. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Any super chats, super stickers, any of that help the algorithm also. And please, on the subscription, I'm really wanting to get to the 2,000 mark by the end of the year. So that's my goal. RC said, I think the question is whether you'll apply for the double cash fresh instead of product changing. I'm curious too. I don't know. We'll see. We might apply, and then if we're denied, then we'll just change it. If we get it that way, then we'll just change the Premier to another custom cache. You can't have too many custom caches. I mean, why not? So thank you, RC. Good question. QC man. So I was asking why not apply for the double cash fresh. Yeah, that's what RC was saying also. So I hope that answered it. Sleepy Rod, are you transferring any of your Capital One miles to Japan Airlines before the transfer bonus end date? If I had more Capital One miles, I would transfer all of them. Yeah, I've not gotten my feet wet with Japan Airlines, but now that you say that, Sleepy Rod, I'm going to take a little time and look into that. That might be because we got a whole bunch of Cap One miles just sitting there. And so, yeah, that might be a great idea. Filmo, I'm in the same boat with the Venture X. We're keeping both of ours because it won't find a way back to us if we close it. Nope. They don't want folks like us. They don't want us who are into this is our hobby. They do not want people that this is our hobby. We just kind of slid by the first time, I guess. So, Sendo, I can't ever see why someone would have the Venture X along with another card outside of Cap One lounges being their primary option. Well, I can because a lot of folks who they just want a little bit of lounge access. I think it's the best premium travel card for infrequent travelers, people who travel once or twice, 3 times a year, and they just want a little bit of luxury. It's an easy card to get your money back, easy. I think it works good for them. But I think, Sendo, that people like us, you make a point because it doesn't really beat out any of the other high-end cards for sure. All right, so you see what I'm talking about here on the Venture X. Citi Prestige card. Okay, this one's not one people can apply for, but I'm grandfathered in. It's $495 a year. It is my second favorite card that I have, and it's I will keep it to the end because, like I said, if I ever downgrade or change this one, I'll never get it again because it's not even offered. So I will keep this one clutched white knuckled forever, as long as I can at least. So the travel credit, I got the $250 travel credit. It's one of the easiest credits in the game to get back. It's just like Chase's. It's easy. First things you spend on travel, you get $250 back. Fourth night discount. I only used it once this year. I try to use it twice a year, but I only used it once, and it wasn't for very expensive. So that one, I didn't get a lot back on that. Usually I can get at least $300, if not $400 back on the 2 fourth night free benefit. But I only used it once, so I only really got $150 in value from that. Priority Pass restaurants. I went to 4 Priority Pass restaurant visits. Those are valued at $28 a piece, and I give it the full value because literally you're spending $28 and they're paying for it. So $112. Priority Pass lounges, I figure those at $20 a piece, and I went into 20 myself or guests or people I brought in or whatever. 20 visits, Priority Pass lounges, that's $400. So I got a net positive benefit on my Citi Prestige card of $417. Delta Sky Miles Reserve card. This one's getting downgraded very soon because I'm just finding that it's just too hard to fly Delta. I mean, I fly American so much, and the Delta just doesn't work. And now that I have the Platinum card that'll get me into Sky Clubs, the only reason I wanted this was to get into Sky Clubs. But it's just not going to work anymore. But I did get good value from it. $650 annual fee. I think it's a great airline card. If you fly Delta, I think it's a really good airline card. Resi credit, got $120 back on that. That's 6 times 20. So I didn't use it every single time because you remember for a while the Resi restaurant in my community shut down, stopped using Resi. But then after 2 months, they added it back. So now I've got Resi again. But still, it was, I guess they lost enough business. Isn't that interesting? They lost enough business. So $120. Rideshare credit, got $100. I put 25 in my Lyft account every month, and I get 10 of that back. Delta, and that's real money. I'm using those Lyft rides when we travel. So Delta stays, $200. So we use that hotel credit. Sky Clubs, went into 8 Sky Clubs at $20 a piece. That's $160. Centurion Clubs, only went into 1. You could probably figure that higher than $20, but I'm figuring it at $20. And then the companion certificate, we're using that coming up very soon. Already got it booked, and it literally discounted $525 over what that flight would have been. So $525. So the positive net benefit to me was $475. $475. We go back to some comments. QC Man, it's a good day to actually use the use on the ground overseas. It's a good card to actually use on the ground overseas. Yeah, it is because you get 2x on everything and no foreign transaction fees. So that's really true. Sendo, I meant along with another travel card. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I understood what you meant. Sendo says infrequent travelers would never need anything but the Venture X. Yeah, absolutely. That's my point. I think that's who it's really built for. And those people aren't going to track everything. And they're the people that Capital One wants. I mean, that's who their market is. Rob says, I went on a mad rush to earn Capital One miles over the past month and will transfer them over to the next couple days to Japan Airlines. Is like Hyatt, easy mode. But for traveling to Asia, 4 to 5 cents per point is so much availability. Yeah, I'm going to look into it because you guys have piqued my interest because we haven't really, we do a lot of European travel. I do have some work stuff in Asia coming up next year, but that's of course not going to be a points situation. So but we're wanting to expand eastward. So yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Well, westward from the United States, but to the Far East. So yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Thanks, you guys, for informing me. QC man, you can pry my Citi Prestige out of my cold dead hands. Rewards master, probably. Yeah, me too. Are you the one that has it, or DM has it? One of you guys has it, and I think you probably feel the same way. DM, what's your favorite card? If not the Prestige, this is definitely favorite card. This is definitely favorite card. Got days. That answers my questions, DM. After it came out and have held on to it ever since. Well, I'm getting to it because you're going to see when I get to the end of this list what the highest value is on the list. So hang on for just a few minutes. We're running just a hair over today, but I'm almost to the end. Then we'll wrap up. QC man, that's very interesting that your town's restaurant went back to Resi. Maybe it's a good value for these restaurants. Well, no, he told me it cost him $600. The owner, I talked to the owner, and he told me it cost him $600 a month, but then he added it back after 2 months. So apparently their business fell off way more than $600 a month. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Chad's Money Minutes. Yo, hey Chad, one of the great creators in this community. Everybody check out his channel. Good to have you with us. We're right here getting close to the end. QC man, Chad. All right. Let me get to the next card since the question's asked. So the American Express Business Platinum, I had 2 business gold cards, and I upgraded one just recently to this. And my fee for the rest of this year was $155. Now, it's normally $895, but I got to figure it based on what I'm getting this year on this year's fee. So because I'll get more credits next year too. But so far this year, I've gotten the FHR credit, $300. And we'll be doing some reviews of some of the stuff on Nona's new little channel, which thank you if any of you. She only has 11 subscribers. If y'all wouldn't mind, I'll tell you, it's called Away Again Travels with Bop and Nona. You know, Bop, me, the reward master, Nona, my player too. And she's just trying to dabble in the YouTube sphere. So check it out. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'll encourage her. It'll make her excited. But she just posted another video, I think, yesterday. So Away Again Travels, Bop and Nona. And we're going to be doing a stay coming up at in Miami. We're going to go like close to Christmas and do a couple of days. So I used the FHR credit for one of the hotels, $300. It's going to be nice. It was only like $360 for an FHR hotel, and you get, free breakfast and the $100 property credit and upgrades and all that. So it's a good deal. Airline credit, $200. Already got that back. Travel Bank. Dell credit, $150. Bought me some. It was awesome. I bought me some Dell. I've got Dell over the ear noise canceling, but I don't like the little Apple ones because they fall out of my ears. I got weird shaped ears, I guess. So I just don't. They don't work for me very well. So I got me some Dell noise canceling headphones. Not Dell, Bose. I'm sorry, Bose noise canceling headphones, and they had them on sale for $140. And so with the taxes, it was $148.50. So use my Dell credit, $150. So the net cost this year after the $155 fee is $495 positive, which leads me to DM asked, what's my favorite card? Prestige is number 2. Number 1, the Hilton Aspire card, greatest card on earth. I mean, I'm going to get Nona 1 this next year, and then we're going to try to get more. If I can get 4 or 5 of them, we'll be super happy because, I mean, the numbers do not lie. So free night. We're using our free night certificate at the Conrad in Fort Lauderdale. And the lady on the phone told me, she said, hey, this is a really good redemption. That night costs $1,050. That's $1,050 hotel night. Now, people might say, would you have bought a 500, 1,050? No, but that's the value of it because somebody's paying that for it. So, yeah, I mean, that to me is how I value it. Resort credits, got my full $400 resort credit, used it in Vegas at the Hilton, and then I used it at the Abu Dhabi at the Conrad. So that was great. That was an awesome stay because the whole stay was $150 a night, $300, and 200 of it was paid for by Hilton on that credit. That was great. Upgrades, I figure these at $50. So we got upgraded to a very, very nice suite, which was worth well more than $50 more a night. But I figure at $50 just to be conservative, $100. Breakfast, we've had 4 of them. And I figure they're worth at least $20. By the way, that Conrad Abu Dhabi had like 9 different buffet lines and then an extra menu. It was the most amazing breakfast ever. $80, being conservative. Clear, it's what I put my Clear on, and Clear doesn't have great value to me because the airports I generally fly off don't have it, but I use it sometimes. So I figure it's worth about $50 to me. So I think that's fairly conservative, and the net cost or benefit after paying the $550 annual fee, I made $1,330 in positive value. That is just amazing, which leads me to the grand finale, effective annual fee analysis. After all the annual fees are paid on all those high-end cards, and what was that like 7 of them, 8 of them? I think I have a positive value of $2,955 just on those credits. And that does not count all the points that I've earned or the sign-up bonuses. Doesn't count any of that. And so that's why I'm an advocate for, if you're going to do this game at a high level, be a spreadsheet warrior. Every month, at the beginning of the month, I look through my spreadsheet and say, what do I need to use this month or this quarter? And I make a plan to use it. So that's how I do it. All right, before we wrap up, let me go back to comments. Thank you, everybody we got 52 in here watching right now, and 36 people have hit the like button. Please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Also, if you would, if you choose to do a super chat or super sticker, those really help the algorithm as well. Let me go back and find where I was. All right. I think we're here on Rob. Okay. Oh no, Rob, we already looked at that one. And yeah, DEM asked me what my favorite card was. Oh yeah, I remember it was Chad. So Chad, QC Man said hello to Chad. QC Man gave a thumbs up. And then QC Man said, and that's prorated based on $695, I'd assume. Yeah, definitely. And then the plat fee. Okay. And $1.99 from QC Man 2000. Thank you so much. Super sticker. Appreciate that so much to help support the channel. And Rob says, sorry if I missed this. So what card gave you the most positive value with your annual fee analysis? Hilton Aspire. Yep, that was it. I mean, $1,300. That's pretty awesome, at least in my estimation. And I get that every year. I mean, you could, if you have like 4 of those things, realize how much you'd get. I mean, you could get $5,000 in positive value. Now, it would take a little work. I mean, no doubt. And you'd have to be willing to stay at high-end Hiltons, but you wouldn't just get your stay with the free nights. You'd get to add up all those $200 resort credits too through the years. I mean, it could be just amazing. So that's kind of what I had for you today. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much. You're just so supportive. I know, like my big video yesterday on defending Citi is kind of like out of the norm, and it's been the most watched in particular time. You know, they always tell you on YouTube analytics, this one is number 1 or number 5 or number 6 out of your last 10 videos. It is by far my top video. A lot of people have given a lot of comments. I appreciate all that support. Like I say all the time, this is the best community that I know of. Do you stay a lot of Hiltons outside FNA? FNA, I'm having a brain freeze. But yeah, we stay at a lot of Hiltons. We stay mostly overseas, but yes, we stay at a lot of Hiltons. We like them. My wife, she just thinks Conrads are the best of the best. So that's great. And by the way, mentioning her again, don't forget her little channel is called Away Again Away Again Travels. And I put it on my, if you're on my channel, on the post section, I put a little post with a link to her newest video. So if you want to go to that post section and click on that link to her newest video, she's just trying her hand at it. And I think it'd be encouraging to her if some people would go, and she got a few watches and comments, and especially some subscribers. I think she has 11 subscribers. So she's just in the new stage, and she's trying to figure out the editing and all that, but she's having fun. And I think it's super cute. So QC Man, free night award. Oh yeah. What am I thinking? Free night award. I always do FNC. That's why it threw me off. Free night certificate. So free night award. That dumb of me. All right, Rob, this was super fun. First live video I've ever actually watched on YouTube. Thank you for all the time and work you put in this. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that very much. And thank you for your support and everybody being here. I mean, we had over 55 at one point. She's got 14 subs now. Haha. All right. 521 Taipei. Thank you so much for supporting her. We appreciate it. She's excited. So what we're going to do is all the airline reviews, those are kind of my, what they call evergreen content on my channel. Those just always get steady, low, but steady views. So I'm going to keep the airline reviews and the lounge reviews, and then of course all the credit card stuff on my channel. And then she's going to do stuff like our food tours and hotel reviews and stuff like that. So that's what she's going to do. Say no more bop and I'll sub her channel. Okay, no more. Okay, no more bop. Okay, there you go. So now she's got another sub. That's awesome. Thank you, Johnny. Chad's Money Minutes. Channel one more time, please. I want to sub. Okay, it is called Away Again Travels with Nona and Bop. And like I said, on my page, on the post section, just either this morning or yesterday, I put a link to her newest video. She only got 2 videos out, but she's trying. You know, it takes a long time to learn to edit and stuff when you're first starting. So she's really trying. Appreciate y'all. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody here at the end who contributed today. QC Man gave a $1.99 super sticker. Appreciate that so much. Let's see, moving back up here in the list. RC gave a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. James V became a new member. Appreciate that. Kevin P gave a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Miles and Smiles gifted 5 Rewards Master memberships. That is awesome. I thank you so much. And then Vincent Pascal gave a $1.99 super chat as well. And I think that wraps it up. So thank you everybody who supported the channel today. Thank you everybody just for being here and for this is, like I say all the time, this is the coolest hobby in the world because it's got the coolest people in the world. And, you know, it's just so supportive and kind, and not a lot of trolls, not a lot, every now and again, but not a lot. So that's pretty awesome. Chad said he subbed to our channel. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. I will see you next Sunday afternoon, and hopefully I'll see you in the comments on videos through the week as well. Have a great one.